Today we're talking about the most underrated music documentaries. So here we go.
I hate everybody. My mind is a machine gun, my body's the bullets, the audience is the target.
Hated GG Allin and the Murder Junkies strangely was directed by Todd Phillips, who made the Hangover movies, Joker, and Old School. Yes! It's about the legendary punk GG Allin, his band, his extreme performances, and the wild life that he lived.
Why, GG, did you feel a need to defecate in front of a live audience?
It's a sallow of music documentaries. But aside from the shock, it's an incredible verite film. It's unprecedented access to a truly remarkable life, and it's a good watch. Last Days Here is about Pentagram singer Bobby Liebling. When we find him in the beginning of the movie, he's been living in his parents' house, he's hopelessly addicted to crack, and is essentially just waiting around to die.
Mom, there's fake mutants, aren't you?
The film focuses on the band's manager and biggest fan, Sean, as he tries to turn Bobby's life around and get Pentagram back on the stage and in the recording studio. And I won't wreck it with any spoilers, but what happens from there is pretty amazing. There's nothing else like The Carter. It documents the absolute peak of Lil Wayne's career, with The Carter 3 coming out and Amelia at the top of the charts.
Do you see yourself as an icon, an American icon, like, an eternal? I'm starting to.
Things were sadly never the same for him again after this. This is a very unaffected documenting of the proceedings. It feels totally at odds with the genre it's working within and just music documentaries from that era in general. The film is now actually banned by Lil Wayne's team, but if you dig hard enough online, you can still find it.
Real names be the truth. Me and Mike Watt, we played for years.
Has there ever been a more righteous and pure band than the Minutemen? This documentary traces the band's career with some amazing archival footage and gives context to everything with some really great interviews with Mike Watt. It's as much of a mission statement as it is a movie, and it's an important watch for all music fans.
See, there comes a period when you're gonna have to come out and do things, become your own person, pick your own friends, your own guys you want to, build dreams with and stuff. Big change in my life, meeting D-Boon.
There was never another band like the Minutemen, and Jam Econo takes you deep into their world. Highly recommended. Growing up in the grunge era, I used to read endlessly about Seattle. I used to imagine what it would be like in those clubs, to see those bands, or to have a conversation with Jack and Dino.
This sounds insane.
And then in 1996, Hype came out. And that was about as close as you could get to experiencing it without being there. For the good and the bad.
Fuck you.
When the movie came out, there was a big marketing push behind the fact that it contained footage of the first ever performance of Smells Like Teen Spirit, but the movie's a lot more than that. It's a love letter to a vibrant music scene. Jandek on Corwood kind of feels more like a ghost story than a music documentary. The movie speaks with journalists and die-hard fans who are all fascinated with finding out more about this enigmatic artist. At the time the movie was made, almost nothing was known about Jandek. His stark and haunting music and his creepily organized record label, Corwood Industries, let fans build out these mythologies of who he might be. I don't want to wreck anything, but since it came out, there's been developments in the story that kind of changed the context of how you watch the film. But when it first came out, it was a fascinating mystery.
It's got my leg! It's burning!
Heartworn Highways isn't just one of the best music documentaries ever. It's one of the best movies ever. The concept was to follow around some artists that were kind of on the fringes of the country music scene, including Townes Van Zandt, Guy Clark, and Rodney Crowell. Director James Solapsky was so committed to this that he turned down Willie Nelson, who wanted to be in the movie because he was too popular. The film's built around these small segments where they follow around each artist for a day or two. All the profiles are excellent, but the Townes Van Zandt one is really magical. She Said Boom is about Toronto-based art collective Fifth Column. Directed by Kevin Hagee, this movie tells the story of a fascinating era in the Toronto art, film, and music scene. While some music documentaries based around talking heads can tend to drag, this one is the perfect balance with amazing archival footage and some really charming interviews. Scott Walker is one of my favorite artists, so on subject alone, this one's an easy pick for me. It's a fascinating movie in any right, though. The filmmaker's choice to compare Walker to Orpheus is the perfect framing as they explore how he went from his early pop sound to his darker, more avant-garde later material. Aside from his backstory, though, there's really amazing footage of Walker in the studio recording The Drift, which includes him using a flank of meat as a rhythm instrument and a donkey's braying instead of a saxophone solo.
We love that.
Directed by Jeff Feuerstein, who made the amazing Devil and Daniel Johnston, this movie reminds me of when renting a VHS tape used to be an introduction to a whole new world. That was definitely the case with me with the band that would be King. I rented it from Video Difference in Halifax, and I had never heard anything like Half Japanese before or met anyone like Jad or David Fair. It's the kind of discovery I'm still nostalgic for. The movie feels like one of the early Errol Morris documentaries like Vernon, Florida or Gates of Heaven. It's just about one of the strangest, coolest bands ever.
It's pretty easy to play guitar because, once you know the science of it, that the high notes, the little skinny ones make high sounds, big fat ones make low sounds.
Jad Fair says they only have two types of songs. Songs about love and songs about monsters. And really, what else do you need? So those are my picks for the most underrated documentaries. Leave your suggestions in the comments section.